All right, y'all, we are back with another video, and here we go again. Now, it seems like when Donald Trump go to certain events, and if he get booed, MSNBC, CNN, all of these corrupt stations always got something negative to say. The problem is that Donald Trump is not afraid to go somewhere where he's not liked. He ain't scared. He would still go to an event, even though he know that the crowd don't like him, and he still will go there, unlike Joe Biden. So this right here is exactly what's going on. That's the reason why I always say prayers for Trump. Put prayers for Trump in the comment section, please. Anytime he go to his rallies, anytime he go to certain events where he gonna be talking for a while, we always put prayers for Trump, because these people out here, especially on the left, is crazy. They are willing to do anything to try to stop this man, trying to put him in jail, trying to make him pay all these fines, trying to keep him in courtrooms so he can't campaign. And the one thing, like I said before, that I like about Donald Trump, he ain't afraid to go where he's not liked. He's not afraid. He's willing to go straight in there and still tell it like it is. Even though it's going to be hecklers, you're going to get boos here and there. And this is the stuff that MSNBC and CNN is trying to run with. So we definitely finna go ahead and dive straight into this. Y'all please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you that watches the entire video, and hit that like button as you come in. And like I said, we're gonna go ahead and dive straight into this, where Trump went to another event where he was getting booed, and CNN then was trying to run with it and stuff like that. But they didn't say towards the end of the event, Donald Trump was getting a lot of love from the crowd. But you know, CNN, MSNBC, they like to just point out the bad stuff. That's what they like to do. But let's go ahead and dive straight into this, and let's see exactly what happened.
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, I think at this point it's safe to say that this is the new strategy. Donald Trump has seemingly fully embraced, fully adopted a rush directly into the lion's den approach to the 2024 presidential election campaign season. And like I said in the previous video, it's kind of the opposite of the Hillary Clinton campaign doctrine, where you focus all of your time on places that you think you can win, on places that are favorable to you. You only go to places where you pander and where the going's easy. Well, that obviously failed in 2016, and so I think at this point the Donald Trump approach is the opposite. Go where it's tough. Go where people don't like you.
That's what I just
said. Try to
win
them over. And of course, it all started with that interview with Maria Bartiromo, where Donald Trump suggested that he would be campaigning in New York City. You know, most election strategists would tell you that's crazy, it's a waste of time, a waste of resources. But of course, in this case, Donald Trump's hand was forced, and so a new strategy has been summoned, a new strategy has been born. Some people are claiming on X that it's not a good idea, it's a bad strategy. I'm thinking the exact opposite. Let's have a conversation about Donald Trump's most recent visit to the Libertarian Party convention. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks. So once again, Donald Trump goes into the belly of the beast. He shows up at the convention of another political party, basically his opposition, and gives a speech. And of course, as expected, he got booed.
It's time to be winners. You have a lot of common sense. It's time to be winners. So I'm asking for the well, think of it. I'm asking for the Libertarian Party's endorsement, or at least lots of your votes, lots and lots of Libertarian votes, based on my 4-year, very outstanding presidential record. Much of my record is Libertarian.
And this right here is where people are panicking. Why would he do this? Why would he do this to himself? Why would he create that image to have that viral clip bouncing around the internet? The Democrats are going to have a field day with that one. Donald Trump gets booed. But I don't know about you guys. I don't see it that way because of the underlying context. You know, obviously, it was expected that Donald Trump would show up there and not exactly be the most welcomed of guests. It's a little bit different from the usual, you know, gets booed off stage style framing video that we release on this channel, where mostly Democrats will show up someplace that they expect to get support, but instead they get booed off the freaking stage. The boos were expected. What Donald Trump's adversaries are perceiving as a hugely embarrassing moment, in my view, wasn't embarrassing at all. If anything, it once again showed Donald Trump's courage to go where he's not popular, and it also further creates the contrast between him and Joe Biden. His willingness to be in tough places, his willingness to speak to people that disagree with him. You know, Joe Biden's the most controlled politician ever, and the media keeps pointing out how controlled all of these events are.
I covered Clinton, I covered Bush 43, and I covered Trump, and I never, ever saw them using notes in a situation like this. And I was in Singapore with Trump when he had his first meeting with Kim Jong-un. He went for an hour answering every question that anybody put to him, never once glanced down at the lectern. He was just like off the top of his head.
And the questions
with
were not on
topic.
topic.
No, they were all over the place.
Never have reporters seen a president who's so reliant on note cards in the Situation Room. President who's shying away from debates. A president who doesn't do interviews, who doesn't do public events, who doesn't speak in not totally controlled environments. Well, Donald Trump not only does all of those things, but he also essentially goes into what you can view as, you know, enemy territory, and he takes on the crowd. If anything, I view the event similar to Donald Trump's infamous UN speech. He goes to a place that is adversarial and tries to work the crowd and get them on his side. It was yet again Donald Trump playing the crowd, another calculated play where he's testing different talking points. And even beyond testing talking points, he's also giving people a sales pitch. You know, staunch, hardcore libertarians are not people who vote for Republican candidates, or at least not in every election. They're mostly people who will vote for the Libertarian candidate, or the vote will split. They'll either stay home, or vote for the Democrat, or vote for the Republican, depending on how they feel. Well, Donald Trump is going to these people saying, look, we've got a lot in common, and I'm even willing to extend an olive branch. You may be booing me, but I'm here to tell you that we're not so different, and I'm also here to offer you guys a couple things. He spoke about Bitcoin.
I will ensure that the future of crypto and the future of Bitcoin will be made in the USA, not driven overseas. I will support the right to self-custody to the nation's 50 million crypto holders. I say this with your vote. I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin. And I will never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency.
There you go. There you go.
I will also...
He even went as far to say, if you vote for me, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht.
And if you vote for me on day one, I will commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht to a sentence of time served.
See that?
And he also sprinkled a little bit of Trump on top of all of it. When getting booed viciously by the crowd, he didn't back down, he didn't cower, no, he doubled down and said, look, boo all you...
See, think about this. This is what I'm talking about. Donald Trump is not scared to go into hostile places. He's not scared. You see, they were booing him, and then when he said something that they liked, they started cheering. See, Joe Biden probably would have ran off stage once he got booed like that. You know, he get to fumbling his words. He already fumbling his words when he ain't getting booed, or he just up there talking by himself. He'd have ran off stage. But see, Donald Trump would stand tall, and he would sit up there and deliver his speech. Because like I said, they was booing him, and now he said some things that they agree with. He said, hey, if you vote for me, this is what I'm going to do for y'all. And they just, and see, like, this is the part where, like, CNN, MSNBC, see, they ain't going to show this part right here where the crowd was on Donald Trump's side. They only going to show the part where the crowd was booing him. That's what they like to do. They love to run with their false narratives. They won't show the whole clip. They only want to show when he get booed. But as you can see, he kind of got the people on his side. So he might say some things that they don't agree with. They might start back booing, and then they might, start back cheering again. But once again, like I said before, he ain't scared to go into these hostile environments when he know the entire crowd don't like him. And he's showing up there so he can win them over. I think that right there is a smart move. I understand a lot of Trump supporters, like especially myself, like be disappointed. Like, hey, don't know, why would you do that? Why would you go somewhere where you're not liked? I don't have a problem with him doing that. I'm actually happy he did this, because this right here, he get to win over new people that pretty much don't like him. He can win them over and get their votes, which would really, really help them. So I don't have a problem with him going to hostile environments to try to win the people over. I don't have no problems with that. I think it was a smart move if you ask me.
You want, but if you want to win, I'm your guy.
That's nice. Only if you want to win. Only if you want to win. Maybe you don't want to win. Maybe you don't want to win. Thank you, D-Roy. Thank you. No, only do that if you want to win. If you want to lose, don't do that. Keep getting your 3% every 4 years.
A typical Trump moment. He didn't run away from the spotlight. He didn't run away from the challenge. And in my view, it once again shows why he's presidential material. Because this is the type of guy that you need going into the negotiation room with the world's toughest of adversaries. You know, Trump once again proves that he's tough as nails. People say that he can't handle criticism. He's got soft skin. He's sensitive. He certainly does hit back, and I guess it could be perceived as insecure or sensitive. But is he really? He seems to have absolutely no problem with an entire room booing him, dealing with it, taking it all head on, and hitting back in his own way. In my view, that's the mark of a leader. And again, the stark contrast is what's most important here. There's Donald Trump, who proves once again that he's tough as nails, and there's Joe Biden, who melts down and breaks down in these moments at the slightest sign of protest. We all remember that infamous moment where someone challenged him at one of his events, and instantly he became an emotional train wreck, talking about push-up competitions, called the guy fat. I mean, literally just labeled him fat. Listen, fat.
If you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups.
And see, this is the thing right here. The difference between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Like, Donald Trump is not finna really just insult you unless you insult him or something like that. See, Donald Trump can take criticism, and see, while they booing him, he can still continue to talk about, you know, what he wants to talk about. But Joe Biden, he want to go into some other stuff. He want to challenge you. He want to cuss at you, just like he did one of them firefighters before. Just want to just cuss at people. So let's check out what Joe Biden said to this guy right here, y'all. Let's go.
Called the guy fat. I mean, literally just labeled him fat. Listen, fat.
If you want to check my shape on, let's do push-ups together, man. Let's run. Let's do whatever you want to do. Look, fat. Look, here's the deal.
Every time Joe Biden is challenged, he gets angry and violent and offended. And most of the time, he runs away, or he cowers, or he hides. He goes into the basement, never showing his face, unless it's a totally partisan Democrat shill journalist, who's there to massage his feet and ask him soft and soothing questions. I don't know about you guys, but I'm perceiving this event as a positive. And I think it really builds on a concept I've been very vocal about, the idea that Donald Trump has a very strong floor. The question is, can he break through the ceiling? Trump supporters are there no matter what. The people who are voting for Trump are voting for Trump no matter. They've shown themselves in the polls consistently throughout the years. They show up to vote when Donald Trump's on the ticket. There's a huge difference in voter turnout when Trump is on the ticket as opposed to when he isn't. The 2022 midterms, I think, really showed us that. Trump has the floor of voters, the floor of support, and now I think his focus is building on top of that floor. The staunch Trump supporters will show up. The question now is, who else can he get to show up? It seems like he's appealing to black voters and Hispanics a whole lot more. He wants to pull in libertarians. He's probably going to be reaching out a lot to RFK Jr. voters. And of course, even Democrats, as he's now being forced to campaign in Democrat strongholds like the South Bronx and Harlem. The campaign season is on. It's on like frickin' Donkey Kong. And the story is, at least the story to me, is that Donald Trump is making some amazing strides. He's implementing new tactics and strategies. And Joe Biden, well, Joe Biden is in the basement as per usual. That's it. That's the video. That's what I got.
Appreciate that. This right here was a good video. As y'all can see what they was doing to Donald Trump while he was on stage, heckling him, booing him. He didn't run away. He stood up there, said it like it was, delivered his speech. Like I said, they booed him at some points. They cheered him at some points. But at least he did get some cheers. But like I said, this is what woke CNN and MSNBC ain't going to show you. They only want to show you when he's getting booed or something happened to him and stuff like that. This is what they like to do. They do this all the time. All the time. I thought Donald Trump did a great job. Like I said before, he didn't run off stage. He didn't run scared. He didn't complain. He just kept going, and kept going. So like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about this? Don't forget to always put prayers for Trump in the comment section. Anytime this man go to an event or he go to one of his rallies, we must put prayers for Trump, because these idiots on the left is some serious. They are some serious. They can't beat Donald Trump fair and square, so they're willing to take other routes. So like I said, thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.